What if I told you that anger, often seen as destructive and chaotic, could actually be the key to faster success? Think about it. How many times has frustration pushed you to take action, or a spark of anger driven you to prove someone wrong? Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's undefeated samurai, believed that emotions like anger could be a powerful tool when controlled and directed. He turned raw emotions into a focused force that helped him conquer enemies and master himself. In this video, we'll explore how Musashi's wisdom can help you transform anger into a source of motivation and focus. By the end, you'll know how to channel your emotions to achieve your goals, whether it's excelling in your career, building the body of your dreams, or overcoming obstacles in your life. Miyamoto Musashi lived in an age where emotions like anger could mean the difference between life and death. Known for his undefeated record in over 60 duels, Musashi wasn't just a master swordsman. He was a philosopher who believed in understanding and mastering emotions. For Musashi, anger wasn't something to suppress or fear. Instead, he saw it as a fire that, when controlled, could fuel incredible achievements. His writings, including the Book of Five Rings and the Dokodo, reveal strategies for transforming emotions into strength and focus. Let's dive into Musashi's teachings to understand how you can use anger constructively in your life. 1. Transform anger into quiet determination. Miyamoto Musashi believed that anger, when harnessed properly, could act as a silent fire, a force that burns steadily, fueling consistent effort and self-improvement rather than recklessly consuming everything in its path. For Musashi, anger wasn't about immediate, uncontrolled explosions, but rather about transforming frustration into a long-term drive. Imagine a situation where you've been working diligently for a promotion at your job, yet it goes to someone else. The immediate surge of anger might tempt you to vent your frustrations publicly, criticize your colleagues, or even quit. But Musashi would advise something entirely different. Pause, channel that frustration inward, and ask yourself, how can I turn this disappointment into a tool for growth? Instead of letting the moment define you, use it to refine your skills and ensure that next time your promotion becomes undeniable. This principle of silent determination is reflected in countless success stories. Take Kobe Bryant, for example. After a crushing playoff defeat, he didn't let anger spiral into blame or excuses. Instead, he spent the entire offseason relentlessly refining his craft, driven by the frustration of failure. The anger didn't control him. He controlled it, using it as fuel for his unparalleled work ethic. Similarly, Musashi's victories on the battlefield weren't just about raw skill. They were about disciplined, deliberate action fueled by an intense inner fire. Now think about how this applies to your life. Maybe it's not a lost promotion, but a personal fitness goal that feels out of reach. If you've been trying to lose weight or gain muscle and aren't seeing results, it's easy to let frustration turn into self-doubt or giving up. But Musashi's philosophy reminds us to take that frustration and direct it toward consistent, focused action, whether it's tweaking your workout plan, improving your diet, or simply doubling down on effort. That anger can become the energy that powers your transformation. Musashi's lesson is clear. Anger, when controlled, becomes a force for self-mastery. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but about transforming them into quiet determination, driving you to achieve greatness through persistence and focus. 2. True victory is over yourself. Musashi famously said, "The true warrior wins by defeating himself first." For him, victory wasn't just about conquering external enemies, but about mastering personal weaknesses. Anger, in particular, was something to be overcome, not by suppressing it, but by channeling it into self-control and growth. Let's consider an everyday example: setting a fitness goal. You've decided to lose 10 pounds or bench press a certain weight, but halfway through your plan, you find yourself skipping workouts and indulging in unhealthy habits. The problem isn't the gym or the weights, it's the struggle within yourself. Musashi's philosophy is to turn this internal conflict into an opportunity. When anger arises from missed goals or failures, use it as a mirror. Ask yourself, What can I learn from this setback? How can I be better tomorrow? Every moment of frustration becomes a stepping stone to self-improvement. Musashi himself faced such battles. Early in his career, he realized that raw talent alone wouldn't make him invincible. He needed discipline, introspection, and control over his emotions. By defeating his impatience and recklessness, Musashi became not only a better swordsman, but a better strategist and thinker. In your own life, consider using anger as a signal to reassess and recommit. If you're angry about your lack of progress in a project or goal, don't let that frustration derail you. Instead, let it sharpen your focus and fuel your drive. True mastery, Musashi teaches, begins within. 3. Observe anger from a distance. Musashi often spoke of the importance of stepping outside the immediate situation to gain perspective. This applies especially to anger. He believed that by observing emotions like anger from a distance, you could prevent impulsive reactions and make rational decisions. Imagine being in a heated argument with a coworker. Your immediate instinct might be to fire back, defend yourself, or escalate the conflict. But Musashi's wisdom suggests a different approach. Pause, take a mental step back, and observe the situation as if you were an outsider. What is really at stake? Is the argument worth escalating, or is there a better way to handle it? Musashi practiced this principle on the battlefield. In one famous duel, he deliberately angered his opponent by arriving late, throwing the rival off balance emotionally. While his opponent acted out of rage, Musashi remained calm, analyzing the situation and striking decisively. His ability to observe emotions, his own and others, gave him a significant advantage. You can use this same technique in everyday life. For instance, if a family member's comment upsets you, instead of reacting immediately, try stepping back. Ask yourself, why did this bother me? Is my reaction proportionate to the situation? By observing anger, rather than being consumed by it, you can respond with clarity and intention. 4. Accept fear to harness anger. Musashi believed that fear and anger are deeply connected. He often said, "When you fear nothing, you can achieve everything." For Musashi, anger often stemmed from underlying fears, fear of failure, rejection, or losing control. The solution wasn't to ignore the fear, but to confront it head-on, using it to fuel action. Think about launching a new business. The fear of failure might manifest as frustration when things don't go as planned, delayed approvals, lost opportunities, or financial stress. Musashi would encourage you to ask, what am I really afraid of? How can I prepare to face it? Elon Musk embodies this mindset. Despite repeated failures with Tesla and SpaceX, missed launches, exploding rockets, and near bankruptcy, he didn't let fear and frustration paralyze him. Instead, he used them as fuel to push forward, learning from every setback and turning each failure into a step toward success. Musashi's philosophy teaches us that by accepting fear, we can disarm anger and turn it into determination. It's about reframing fear as a challenge rather than a limitation. 5. Adapt like water. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi compared strategy to water, fluid, adaptable, and unstoppable. He believed anger should work the same way, channeled and adjusted to fit the situation rather than resisted or suppressed. Let's say you're working on a group project and a team member misses an important deadline. Your immediate reaction might be anger, but instead of letting that anger take over, ask yourself, how can I adapt? Maybe you can adjust the timeline, delegate tasks, or find a creative solution to keep the project on track. Musashi lived by this principle. On the battlefield, he never clung to a single strategy. If an opponent countered one move, he adapted seamlessly, turning the situation to his advantage. In modern life, this adaptability can turn anger into a signal for creative problem-solving. When things don't go as planned, use your frustration as a cue to pivot, just as Musashi would. 6. Manage small frustrations daily. Musashi believed that mastery wasn't about grand gestures, but daily discipline. He wrote, Small things build the foundation of great achievements. This applies to emotions as well. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect. What frustrated me today? How could I have handled it better? Write down your answers. Over time, this simple habit helps you identify patterns, build emotional resilience, and prevent minor frustrations from snowballing into major conflicts. For example, if you often get irritated by slow traffic or delayed emails, practice patience in these small moments. Treat them as training grounds for larger challenges. By managing small frustrations daily, you build the discipline to handle bigger emotional tests with grace. 7. Treat anger as temporary. Musashi embraced the philosophy of ichigo ichi, the idea that every moment is unique and fleeting. He applied this to emotions, treating anger as a temporary state rather than a permanent identity. Imagine losing a big client or failing an important exam. It's easy to let anger linger, but Musashi would encourage you to see it as a passing storm. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this before the moment fades? By treating anger as temporary, you free yourself from its grip. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, you can focus on what comes next, turning setbacks into stepping stones. Miyamoto Musashi's teachings remind us that anger isn't inherently bad. It's a powerful force that, when understood and controlled, can drive us toward success. By practicing self-awareness, adapting like water, and treating anger as a teacher, you can use it to achieve your goals faster. Which of Musashi's lessons resonated with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video valuable, like and subscribe for more samurai wisdom. Until next time, remember, anger is a tool. Use it wisely, and it will sharpen your path to greatness.